This is Doug Green, and I'm the publisher of TR Publications, and I'm very pleased to have with us again Sean Breeden of SkySwitch. Sean, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Doug. Yep, always a pleasure. I was looking forward to this conversation today, as always. Appreciate you
Well,
having us.
I'm excited because the theme of the whole month has been let's take a look at 2024. Let's look deeply at where the opportunities are. Where can partners freshen up their portfolio, walk in the door with fresh new stories, and we're going to be talking about exactly that and what SkySwitch is doing to help enable their partners to enjoy bigger, better opportunities in the coming year. So before we dive into that, Sean, what is SkySwitch?
Yeah, sure. So, SkySwitch, we're who we are, what we do. We're a private label hosted PBX, SIP trunking, and unified communication solution. So we only deal with the channel, channel being MSPs, interconnects, IT companies, VARs becoming IT integrators, OTD, which stands for Office Technology Dealer. So more and more businesses are starting to get into this world, and they're looking to bring a hosted voice UCaaS to their clients, all under their own branded name. So our infrastructure, our platform enables our partners to be able to do that. You can think of it as pretty much we manage everything on the back end. We provide infrastructure as a service, software as a service, onboarding and ongoing training. Essentially, our partners go out, sell those services to their clients, all being brought to them by their organization. So, our partners own their customers. They're building a monthly recurring revenue, and the margins tend to range anywhere between 50 to 70 points, depending on what our partners are charging for retail and where they're geographically located.
And now you're adding to that story or enhancing it with something called, I think, UC Client.
Yes, yeah. So we it's been a major initiative of ours this year. It's been a major focus of our organization is to roll out a UC client that is eventually going to be brandable to all of our partners. We currently just released the desktop application, and then by the end of the year, we'll have the mobile app released that's available for both Android and also Apple. So, again, it seems like more and more people are want to leverage one piece of technology to be able to communicate. They want to be able to do their scheduling. They want to be able to do voice and video, SMS, MMS. So, we currently have a product that is able to do some of that. We're bringing out a product that's going to be able to do all those things even better. It looks brand new. The look and feel to it is a lot smoother. So yeah, it's something that we're really excited about, and I'm really looking forward to rolling out the mobile app piece. Knock on wood, hopefully by the end of the year.
Let's connect all the dots together because, I'm thinking we still live in a world filled with very old, aging, old Nortel and other brand switches that are still sitting there in a hotel or a building or an office building and so on. And they were working perfectly fine, but we all know they need to be replaced. And it must be tempting. It still must be tempting for a lot of partners to run out there and just basically just do, dollar for dollar, piece by piece, a straight up replacement. And you said something earlier before we got on here today about, doing much more than that, that you guys are aiming to help your partners walk in that door and do a lot more than just replace some old system.
Yeah, even 5, 10 years ago, even as close as 5 years ago, you could possibly stand up your own asterisk switch in your basement, and you could have 2,000 users on it, and you're just providing dial tone. And my guess is that it's worked perfectly fine, no issues. With the change in technology and the way technology is going, you know today more and more customers, they want additional things. So they want a UC client, they want SMS, they want integrations into different CRMs, they want voice analytics, they want AI capabilities. So, to me, really gone are the days of just being able to provide dial tone to your customer. You're going to have to add additional things on top of that, which again, it benefits our partners because they're able to add additional revenue streams. And then to me, what's even is even better is that our partners are able to capture more of their customers' IT spend, which in turn keeps the competition out. So the more services that you're able to provide your customer, you know the smaller chances that it'll have them going outside of your realm to go out and look for another provider. So to me, it's really a win-win for both parties. Being able to capture that IT spend and being able to keep the customer, the competition out are two major keys to that.
So, Sean, as we look into the new year, it's just around the corner. A lot of folks are, hey, what am I going to be doing in the coming year? How am I going to grow this business? It seems like UC Client, SkySwitch, your approach to private label, put that all together for me. How does that really help the partner, leverage all that?
Yeah, so there are a lot of our partners that have a very large customer base. Maybe they have sold prem systems to them 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They can go back out to those customers and they can say, hey, look, I understand that you might have paid 100,000, 200,000, 50,000 for, this on-prem system, but its capabilities are very limited. If you decided you wanted to migrate to a hosted solution, not only are we talking about, just a dial tone component, but we have the UC client, which again could replace something that they're currently using. There's, a lot of large corporations out there today that provide, a dial tone option with i.e. Teams and Zoom, that somebody may want to go in and replace those. Not only are they going to replace them and, probably be in the same realm when it comes to pricing, but they can also provide, much better support and onboarding and training than any large corporation can. Most of our partners tend to sell within a 20-30 mile radius, so that means they can usually be on site pretty quickly. Especially if there's an emergency. My guess is when our partners' customers are calling them, somebody's answering the phone that usually answers the phone all the time. Our partners probably give out their cell phone number. They can text them. So the value there in itself, to me, is well worth any type of monies, differential in monies when it comes to comparing our solution to any of the other large giants that are out there.
So, Sean, as we wrap up our podcast today, it seems like the message is there's really actually almost unlimited opportunities out there for the partners with the right tools to go back to customers they've had in the past where they maybe installed a on-prem switch, new story, or to talk to people that maybe they didn't win the first time that might be now stuck with rising prices, less service, and all sorts of other issues.
Yeah, correct. And to me, at the end of the day, what it all comes back down to is owning the customer. We bring a plethora of benefits to the table, but to me, number one reason of why I think a lot of our partners do business with us, if I had to pick one, is the ownership side of things. So our partners own their customers, they own those contracts, they dictate the longevity of those agreements, and they also dictate retail pricing. They can charge for onboarding. They don't have to charge for onboarding. So they pretty much control their own destiny. They're not at the mercy of some other provider that says, you know what, we were just acquired, which we see acquisitions, it seems now on a weekly basis. And that 20% commission we were paying you is now decreased to 10%. You know, that if I'm that organization, I would be very unhappy, and that would really have to make me think, well, is this the future? Is this the company I want to continue doing business with, or do I need to pivot and move to a solution like SkySwitch where I can own my own customers, control what I'm offering the customers, control that whole experience, control the value, that truly control the value that I bring to the table, I meaning the partner.
Well, Sean, as always, a real pleasure to have you with us today. Very interesting to find out new and exciting opportunities for the partners from SkySwitch. Where can we learn more?
Yeah, so again, thanks for having me, Doug. You can learn more at skyswitch.com. Our website has a plethora of information, or you could email us directly at salesteam@skyswitch.com.